pride in the possession that you have. If you have certain possession, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's the accomplishment in terms of, physical things, the house, the bank account, whatever, he says, take no pride in that. Because it was all because of his grace. You are fortunate to have had that. And if you have that, then use it in such a manner that it befits you and those around you. In other words, one would share whatever you have to that extent which is available within your resources. So he says, take no pride in that, because that is what I have given you. It is that you are very fortunate to have had that. He says, take no pride in the people that you command. Sometimes we are in a fortunate position, and because of that, we take a pride in belittling people. And we have had that so many times in the workplace because of the position that you have held. Use your position to bring a source of joy and peace to your workers. And when they are happy, you will be happy. Don't impose on them because you are in that status, a little way beyond them. Because in the nick of time, that could be withdrawn completely. So he says, take no pride in the people at your command. He says, take no pride in the youthfulness that you have. Eventually, we'll reach this stage like me. At one time, people were there, Now, what all of us have become this. We are surrounded by pain and problems and difficulties in terms of health and what have you. So eventually, youthfulness will go. It's a normal course of life. There's something called Kal. Kal means time. Time affects everyone. By the passage of time, this house will be raised to the ground. By the passage of time, we have become gray and toothless, and we need a staff to walk on. All that's time. He says, time loots away all these in a moment. Leaving aside all these, after knowing that the illusory nature of that, give up all that and realize the state of the divine and enter into that. It is called Brahman. Realize the state of Brahman and enter into it. A very profound verse indeed. And it makes you think. And we must always be thinking. Use your resources. Use the power that you have for the betterment of others, rather than to cause pain and difficulties upon others. When you would have done that, then that office have served you well. And you have served that office well. But when you do it otherwise, to bring, difficulties and pain to others, then you have wasted that effort. You were given that effort for a specific purpose, and you have wasted it. You didn't use it wisely. And you know something? Whenever you do things to bring comfort and joy to people, they bless you and you don't even know. And think of the multiplicity of blessings that you get from a number of people whom you have served. Think of that when they say, okay, bless you, my son, or bless you, my boss. Okay. Think of the total combination of that. When it falls upon you, you get your blessing and you don't even know. I don't know how I am being so blessed. That is because all that you have done. Because in last night Katha, the Lord told Jatayu, He said, it's not what I have given you, it's what you have worked for yourself. So we are responsible for our own destiny. What we have worked for, that is what we will get in return. So right away, we have a verse in which it makes us think a great deal. So in tonight's katha, it is taken from Ayodhya Kand of Sri Ramcharitmanas. And it's a discussion between Lord Sri Ram, who is God incarnate, and a very profound and great teacher, a great scholar, a spiritualist in the name of Valmiki. And Sri Ram allows Valmiki to give this message. The Lord could have come and given the message. He gave it on certain occasions. But when he met his great devotees, his great spiritual teachers, his saints and sages, he allowed them to give the teaching. And this discussion goes beyond religion, it goes beyond race, it goes beyond people. No matter what you are, this is a teaching for life, regardless of where you are. No matter what religion you belong to, it impacts on all of us the same way. So this evening, there is Sri Ram who has gone to the woods. And in the woods, there were so many saints and sages conducting their devotions. And as he proceeded, he came in contact with this great sage called Valmiki Muni. He went and he prostrated to Valmiki. He didn't allow Valmiki to come and prostrate to him. Because the convention is, regardless of who you are, you deserve a certain kind of acceptance. And the Lord made that possible. He didn't say, I am Lord God incarnate, and everybody has to come to me. He didn't say that. There are certain customs and practices. I give an example. When John the Baptist were baptizing the people in the River Jordan, there was a long line of people waiting to be baptized. And amongst those people was the Christ. And when he went up to John the Baptist said, my Lord, it should have been you baptizing me. He said, no. He said, do what you have to do. I have to undergo whatever is happening here. I have to maintain the status quo. Not because I am God incarnate. I have to do things. That is your responsibility. And you got to do that, even though you are baptizing me. So, in tonight's lesson, there was discussion between him. He tells the sage, he said, "O sage, I have come here. Please point to me a place where I should reside. The place must be such that I will not cause any difficulty to anyone with my presence here." And the sage wisely responded. He said, "My lord, Puche humohi ki raho kaha. You have asked me to tell you a place where you should reside." He says, "Tell me first, my lord, where you are not on the face of the earth, and then I will tell you a place where to reside." If the Lord pervades the entire universe, then He's here, there, and everywhere. But He's asking for a place in which to live. He says, "Point to me that place where you are not, and then I shall be able to point you to that place." So he continues, and I begin with Doha, Tulsidas sings.